Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And as I am going through with the question number 2, paper 1, the compulsory question. So there is another question. I have discussed with you the compilation of Quran, the 3 stages of the compilation of Quran, and then I have given you the resources also, sources of the Sharia law, Quran, Hadith, Ijma and Qiyas. And now another question which can come under the category of compulsory question, that is about the modes of revelation. Sometimes this question come in a way that write down the ways in which the revelation came to the Prophet.Once from 610 to 632. So this question can also come in this way, but a question can be twisted, answer will always be same. So you don't need to be worried about that. When we talk about the modes of revelation, it means that definitely we are talking about the ways in which the revelation came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Now there were different ways in which the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it was revealed into over the period of 23 years altogether. If you will count 610 to 632, it becomes 23 years, right? So after the first revelation in the cave of Hira, revelations stopped for a period that was called fatratul Wahi. Fatratul Wahi is something like in which the revelation did not come to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was feeling very much forsaken and all. So this worried the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once they started again, they started coming strongly and frequently. Now you are not supposed to write the detail of the fatratul Wahi also, because you don't need that, because there were 2 times in which fatratul Wahi happened. One, there was a time for 3 years, and one, there was a time of 6 months. When there was a time of 3 years, the next surah which came, that was Surah Al-Mudassir. So in Surah Al-Mudassir, Allah commanded the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the open preach, right? Before that, Muslims were preaching Islam like secretly. And when there was a gap of 6 months, then Surah Al-Zuha came, in which as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was feeling forsaken. So these both were the time of Fatratul Wahi, but they both were different. Here in this answer, you don't need to integrate them. You just use them as a reference, right? Now the ways Angel Jibrael used to come, sometimes Angel Jibrael would come in the form of a man, like there that time companions could witness them also. And in like as Hadith Jibrael, if we could see in our book, there is a Hadith Jibrael when Hazrat Jibrael alayhi salam came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in human form, and he asked 3 questions what is Islam, what is Iman, what is Ihsan. You don't need to describe the whole detail. You can only write Hadith Jibrael. Like at the time of Hadith Jibrael, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw the Jibrail alayhi salam in the form of human, and all other companions witnessed him, and he was in the form of human. And another time when first time as the Jibrail alayhi salam appeared to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam inside the cave of Hira, he was also in the form of human. In some of the books they wrote that the voice came from the stone and all this, but the most authentic view is he was in the form of a human when he came inside the cave of Hira, right, at the first time. So you can also write the reference. So usually when he was in the form of human, he was in the form of the companion named Hazrat Daya Kalbi. Usually he used to be in the form of Hazrat Daya Kalbi, right? Sometimes it used to happen. Just imagine that Daya Kalbi is also sitting in the same gathering, and Hazrat Jibrail alayhi salam is also appearing in the form of Hazrat Daya Kalbi. So there might be 2 Daya Kalbi in one gathering. That was the beauty of Islam, and like all the companions knew about this. So a few times the Prophet Muhammad saw the Angel Jibrael in his original form. Once when returning from the cave after the first revelation, he saw the Jibrail alayhi salam sitting with his 600 wings which were covering the whole horizon. So Prophet Muhammad was even more scared to see him in his original form. On the night journey, like Isra and Miraj, he saw Angel Jibrail alayhi salam in his original form when he appeared to him, right? So as mentioned in Surah Al-Najm, the reference of this is mentioned in Surah Al-Najm, the reference of Isra and Miraj. It is mentioned in Surah Najm. Then he approached the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu coming so close that he, means as a Jibrail alayhi salam, was only 2 arms length away, or even less than Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. I will write all these references and answer in the description. Please read this, right? Then sometimes he would receive revelations in the form of dreams. Like the dream of the messenger is always like a revelation. As Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, you can always associate this example, that the dream of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he saw that he is slaughtering Ismail alayhi salam, he actually tried to do that. Allah didn't want him to put him in this sort of like exam, but he fulfilled the commandment of Allah in a form of a dream. He saw just a dream, but he tried to fulfill it. So same like Hazrat Prophet.Once used to get the revelation in form of dreams also. So three things we have done in his in the form of human, in the form of in his original form, and in dreams. Sometimes he used to get the revelation in dreams. And this is the easiest way, because when Prophet Muhammad used to wake up, he used to memorize the verses. The most difficult was when they came as the sound of the ringing bells. This is also the form of revelation, but it was the hardest for the Prophet Muhammad, because if you will sleep and you will snooze and the alarm is snoozing in your ear, you will definitely feeling the unease, or you will feeling the uncomfortable. So Prophet Muhammad was extremely uncomfortable when the ringing bell were just snoozing in his ear. So that was the hardest one. Then we will talk about the sensations of the revelation in this answers also, because which sort of sensations Prophet Muhammad used to feel. He used to sweat in winter and he used to shiver in summer. So opposite happens to him, because sometimes the weight of the revelation, it was too high that Prophet Muhammad could not bear the weight. Even the camel kaswa on which Prophet Muhammad used to mount, sometimes it had to sit because of the weight of the revelation. And once Prophet Muhammad was on the lap of Hazrat Zaid bin Harsa, and Hazrat Zaid bin Harsa and revelation started coming, he was saying that I was feeling that the bones of my legs are broken because of the weight of the revelation. So these were the sensation which Hazrat Prophet Muhammad used to feel, and other companions witnessed also. So I have described two of the examples with you also. And it has been narrated by Hazrat Aisha, during extreme winters the Prophet Muhammad would start sweating and shivers in the summers. So I will write this in the description box also. These revelations were out of his control, as they would come suddenly, but always safe, guarded by Allah. Means Allah didn't want to burdenize Prophet Muhammad more than his capacity. So Prophet Muhammad was always used to be saved. On the night of Miraj, he received the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah directly from the Allah Almighty. The verses revealed to him were according to the need of the hour. So we will discuss, after sensation, we will discuss the need of the hour also. Means whenever the verses, whenever it was needed, like particular verses were needed, and they were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for example, you can see that when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's two sons died in their infancy, so people of Makkah started calling him Al-Abtar. Abtar means the person who does not have a male child. So a male child, like a boy. So they started calling him Abtar. So Allah wanted to console Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he revealed Surah Al-Kawthar, in which he gave the good news to him. In the same way, there are some other, when Prophet Muhammad was feeling forsaken after the fatratul Wahi, so Surah Duha revealed. So you can always use them as your reference. You don't need to write the complete surahs. You can only write the names, and it would become your complete reference. When the Quraysh asked about the identity of Allah, and for Surah Ikhlas was revealed for that. So after migration to Medina, the Prophet Muhammad was declared as the undisputed leader of the community, and he had to establish the first Muslim community. The verses revealed were related to laws, commands such as establish the regular prayer and give charity. Later, after the Battle of Badr, he received verses of Surah Al-Anfal related to the distribution of the spoils of war, and the last verses revealed were of the Surah Maida on his return from the farewell pilgrimage, in which Allah said that today I have completed my religion upon you, and I have completed my blessings upon you, and I am agreed that Islam should be your final religion. So in this way revelations used to come. And there is one more thing which you can associate in this answer: nature of the revelation. So nature of the revelation was different in Makki and Madani. This question, Makki and Madani question, never comes alone, but this can be integrated in the modes of revelation and in the and the way like from 6:10 to 6:32 how the revelation came. So these both questions are same exactly, answer is exactly same, but question can be twisted. I hope this lecture will be helpful for you if you will listen it, and I am posting the complete answer in the description box, so you could take the notes also if you will miss something. And please give me the feedback also, and please give me the comments also if you want a particular topic before your exam, so I could cover that also. I am just covering the random topics which can come under the category of compulsory questions. But if you want some topic to be clear about that, I will make the lecture about that too, right? I do not make fancy lectures and all this. I just try to help the students because they ask 100 of questions from me. I cannot answer separately to each one of them. That is why I make this video, so I can share it with maximum students, and students can benefit from this lecture. Jazakumullahu khair. Remember me in your prayers.